Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back again. The purpose of this video today is an update on a video that I posted. 2011 Audi A5 global oil consumption issue. Alright, if you watch the video, you know that I purchased 2011 Audi A5 S-Line. Beautiful, beautiful car. Alright, S-Line. It had a lot of features that the S5 had, just not the motor. And instead of having the dual end tailpipe, it had a single end tailpipe. But it had all the interior and everything from the S5. And it's one of the best manual cars that I ever drove, and I love manual. All right, I know my wife hates me for it, but if I commute from Poconos to from Poconos, Pennsylvania, into White Plains, New York. I am in no way, shape, or form an auto mechanic. All right, I am a two-cycle mechanic by trade, a small engines mechanic by trade. It's what I do for a living. I'm 20 years working for a John Deere dealership. And but once you're a mechanic for something and you know how to fix things, you think you can fix everything. And before I go any further, all right, my channel is about not spending the money to fix things around the house, to fix cars, to fix whatever. All right, to do it yourself. All right, I take up different projects. All right, no set project, no set. Like I'm not just working on cars. I'm not just working on houses. I pick up different things, and as I'm doing them, I put out the videos trying to help whatever or whoever, from electrical to plumbing to cars to two-cycle machines, whatever it is. Is there something that you want to see or know about? All right. And if I have that job coming up, or if I have something that I need to do, all right, I'll make a video about it. All I ask is that if it interests you in any way, subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. All right. But anyway, to continue what I was saying, I am no way, shape, or form an auto mechanic. I am by trade a two-cycle mechanic. All right, and I bought this Audi A5 from someone that told me that the car had a P2015 code for intake manifold, and that the car was constantly misfiring, and he was going through core packs and all this stuff, and the way my mind was working is that I was like, all right, so this has to do something with the intake manifold, probably, sucking air, or maybe because it was sucking air, it's getting oil into the cylinder. This is the way my mind was rolling, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be an easy fix. And when I bought this Audi, I never looked into any issues of Audi. All I saw was a beautiful car for $7,000, and I was gonna hook this baby up, and I was gonna pimp it out. That was my mindset. All right, and I was wrong, and I'm telling you, I'm wrong. All right. Now, when I got this car, the first thing that I did was I did the intake manifold. All right, I replaced it myself. When I did it, all right, sure enough, there was a crack in the manifold. All right, I did buy an updated one. All right, it wasn't the same cheap one that I took off. And I'm just looking at my gears. I want to make sure I'm in fifth gear. And I changed the intake manifold. The P2015 code disappeared. All right, and 3 weeks later, I got a Misfire in 2 cylinders, and I wound up changing out my core packs and spark plugs again. All right, when I took out the spark plugs, when I was looking at the tips, all right, there was like some discoloration, very burnt. I'm trying to recall. I think it was like a bluish burnt, which led me to believe that there was oil getting into the cylinder. All right, and obviously, if oil gets in, into the cylinder, it's going to touch the spark plug, and what's going to happen is it's going to misfire, and the core pack and the spark plug got they work off each other, and if you have a spark plug that's trying to fire, and this core pack is trying to read from the spark plug, trying to fire with the spark plug, and the spark plug is not firing, all right, you wind up damaging your core packs. All right. So what I did was I started looking into it. I changed out the PVC valve, and I bought an updated PVC valve with an oil separator because the car has turbo. So I figured maybe there was a flaw in the PVC valve, and I bought the one with the updated oil separator. And at the same time that I did that, within days, I also did a piston ring flush, all right, to get all the carbon out from the rings, and I went from 2 quarts of oil every 260 miles to maybe 1 quart of oil, maybe a little over 500 miles. And I was ecstatic. I was like, all right, now I'm getting somewhere. You know what I mean? But that's about the time that I made the video, and I did say the issue is like non-existent. But it was non-existent compared to what I was going through in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because it was like every day I would have to put 2 quarts of oil every day. So from 1 quart of oil to like every other day was like something big for me. It was misleading, and I'm sorry about that. I thought I had the answer, and I didn't. But I am gonna say, I think that piston flush that I did with the rings, there are videos on YouTube on how to do it. I put a Lucas detergent and another detergent for carbon. I forgot what exactly what I used, but it's a known. It was seafoam. I used some seafoam, and I used Lucas engine something in the cylinder, and then what I did was I dry cocked the cylinder. All right, now you don't want to start the car with the spark plugs on and with liquid in your motor, because you will hydrolock your motor. I seen an idiot do it on YouTube, and I thought this guy was gonna hydrolock his motor, and he's lucky that he didn't. All right, so people like him should not be making videos. All right, and I just hope to God that I left a comment when I saw it. I was like, what I said I should have got some pop. Oh, I went and got popcorn, thinking you was gonna hydrolock that motor. I know I left something sarcastic, but you don't do that. You gotta move the piston up and down to let that liquid seep down the piston. Let a professional do it. If you're not comfortable doing it, pay somebody to do it. It did help. It does take carbon off the piston. It does clean the carbon, all right? Because you got that oil ring. You need for that oil ring to do its job. And if it has carbon on it, it's all carbonated, all right, that oil ring is not going to do its job, and you're going to be burning oil left and right. So I did that with the PVC valve, and it did help. If I told you it didn't help, I'll be lying to you. That it really did help, but it wasn't a fix, because in a matter of months, it went right back to the 2 quarts of oil on one trip to New York, which is crazy. And the reason why it's crazy is because I'm not buying the cheap oil. All right? Any car with turbo has to use synthetic oil. All right? So you cannot use conventional oil in a car with turbo, like these Audis. And I hope to God that if you have a turbo Audi, that you're not using conventional oil. Because if your car's burning oil, then that's your problem right there. All right? These motors run extra hot, and you need an oil that can take that heat. And conventional oil can't do it. So you should be running your Audi on synthetic. And I know a lot of you guys do, and that's good. It's not a Honda, it's not a Toyota, it's a freaking Audi. All right, so you don't want to use that cheap stuff. All right. Anyway, to get back to what I was saying, so the reason why I'm doing this update is because I got an email for a class action lawsuit about Audi and their motors with the global oil consumption. And I was reading through it, and it was saying an issue with their piston rings and their motors. Now in the email, I want to say that that the years posted was I think it was 2008 to 2017, maybe 2007 to 2017. I can't really remember. That's almost 10 years. That's 10 years of Audi making cars, and this is just not too long ago. Like come on, 2017 was just 4 years ago. All right, and they've been knowing about this issue for a while, and they still put these motors out. All right, and you know, I hear a lot of stuff about the piston rings being cheap or bad craftsmanship on the motor. You know, regardless what the issue is, all right, they're expensive cars. All right, and you got freaking Toyota and Honda making these cars that you don't even have to maintain, and you can just drive these cars out. And here comes Audi, a car that you have that's so freaking expensive, and you got to stay on top of the maintenance, and they don't even last. Beautiful car. Audi is a beautiful car, and these cars don't last. Like the motor's horrible. All right, and then you want to charge us triple when we go to get these cars fixed. All right, and between the electrical, because Audi does have electrical problems, and in that short time of me having this A5, all right, the motor harness blew on me with the computer. So not only was I having issues with the manifold, the oil, but the motor harness and the computer went on me. Like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know, like you know, we spend a lot of money for these cars. Granted, all right, we bought it used, but it's still a high-end car. You should be making cars that should be knocking Toyotas and Hondas out the box, and you're not. This is like, shame on you, Audi, for putting out these motors. You know, and if you notice, a lot of used Audis that are for sale, the majority of them are starting at like 79,000 miles all the way up to 90,000 miles. And the reason being is that a lot of people get rid of these cars once their warranty's up. Because Audi is a car that once your warranty is up, you want to dump that car on the next sucker. I'm being honest about it. You know, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. You know, I wish I had better news for you guys, but there's no fix for this. All right, unless you're gonna overhaul the motor or put a new motor in. All right, there's no fix for it. There's temporary patches. All right, you want to patch it up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you want to clean out the carbon from the rings or whatever, but there's no fix for it where you're going to just stop this motor from burning oil. And I'm sorry to say that. You know, and so I just want to put that out there. And if you're having this issue, get rid of the car. I got rid of it. I got rid of my car. It was just too much. It just didn't serve my purpose. It didn't serve my purpose. I commute 260 miles a day. I need a car that's gonna take me back and forth whenever and wherever I need to go. And Audi's just not it. You know, it's the car's too expensive for it to be a daily commuter car, and they're made like junk. Beautiful cars, such beautiful cars, and they can't even keep up. So I put this out there. You know, I'm sorry if I was misleading in my last video. I actually thought, you know, also I got 1,100 views in a matter of months on that video. So I'm not gonna pull that video down because it's actually doing good, but I am gonna put this as an update to that video, and hopefully, you know, I can help, you know, a few of you in making you realize to get rid of this car. Don't put no more money into it. Like, it's just not worth it. You know, or if you're somebody looking to buy a used car, get a Lexus, get an Acura. Honda and Toyota is the way to go. They make great cars. You know, but you know, unless you have a fleet of cars and you just want to keep an Audi, you know, to drive every once in a blue moon, you know, then hey, you know, more power to you. But if you want a car for every day, wherever and whenever you want to go somewhere, Audi's not for you. So you guys be good. I hope you guys out. And until my next video, I'll see y'all later.